For a shoot, I always like to decide on a concept, and a concept can start with many different things. It could start with the makeup, and I build from there. It could start from an image I've seen. It could start with a color, and actually, that's kind of where I'm starting with the concept of this shoot. When I think of lens flare or bokeh or like those little dreamy bubbles that you see, usually people create them outdoors. And when they create them outdoors, it could be natural, or sometimes they hold crystals in front of their lens, or sometimes what I've done is I've gone to a craft shop and I'll buy little crystals or little gems and I hold them in front of my lens. And so I usually picture that as being something that you shoot outdoors. But if you know the right tools and the right way to set up your lights, you can actually create that really dreamy, ethereal, beautiful effect indoors. So actually we're going to use it today using studio lighting. Now, what I did is I went to my craft shop and I found those little gems on that clear piece of paper. And the reason that the shoot has some more direction is because of the colors of those gems. The ones I purchased are pinks and blues and purple. So that was kind of the basis, is what can I do that has that bokeh lens flare that's dreamy with pinks and purples and blues. And so that is the concept of our shoot today. I'm going to be using some gels to pick up that color. I'm going to be using the gems, and then also we'll be picking it up in the color of the makeup, specifically like a bright, like a really rich fuchsia lip. So I always begin with that concept and then light and develop from there. Let's take a look at the strobes, the monolights that I'm going to be using today. And I'm in fact going to be able to use 3, although for this technique you only need 2. So just know if you're going to create this at home, 2 are what's required. The third for me is to add another accent of color. All right, so let's start with our first light. The light that I'm going to be using as my main light is a beauty dish with a grid. Now, for this particular image, since I'm focusing more on the makeup and color, I'm actually going to shoot everything pretty tight, nice and close up. Because of that, a beauty dish is a really great choice because I love the quality of light it gives. Beauty dish, beauty light. And so I've got the beauty dish with a grid. The grid is intended in this shoot just to make the background go a bit darker. I wanted something a little bit more dramatic, something where I could have colors be a little bit richer. But the grid is less essential to how this shoot works. So beauty dish is going to be first. The second light that I am introducing into this theme is going to be the most important part to get this to work. So let's bring that light over here. And this is a monolight with a pink gel on it. If you try this at home, the gel is not required, but I'll show you how it helps me better execute my concept and really bring more color into the shot. This is going to be the most important light, but I'd rather show you as I actually build the shot why I need it. It's going to be what's required to illuminate my gems. So you'll see that momentarily. So I've got my first 2 lights, main light, one that'll be lighting my gems. Let's get our third light. This isn't actually essential if you wanted to try something like this at home. This is something for me that's used to bring the entire photo together by adding even more color. So again, this has another gel on it because I'm going to gel the background. But you could easily attain the same effect, the same look with just 2 strobes. So I have my lights roughly placed where they're going to be in the shoot. Now, of course, I may tweak them, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to check on my model. She looks just about ready, so I'm going to bring her out because then I can test each light and show you where the creativity, where the bokeh, where the ethereal, dreamy lens flare comes into play.